Aquarius, welcome to your tarot reading for the week of February 22nd through the 28th. It's Rena here. Now, I've already laid out the cards because I stopped and decided to start over again. I'm using the traditional Rider-Waite deck with illustrations by Pamela Coleman Smith. After I complete this portion of the reading, I will be picking an additional oracle card from the Energy Oracle deck of Sandra Ann Taylor. So, as I was saying, the heart of the matter of this is the Ten of Pentacles. So this can be an issue connected to some sort of estate, inheritance, and family money. In some cases, if you're going through a divorce, this could be a situation where it's connected to the person that you are or were married to and splitting that up. And I actually am saying this because the past position is the Justice card. So it kind of indicates some kind of a legal decision that has been rendered. And having said that, there may be hard feelings in some way. Just because a decision is rendered doesn't mean that everybody likes the decision. And by the way, this card is also connected to Libra. So the sense of fairness involved is what also is at play here. Now, another possible situation is if you are married to somebody who's a Libra and now you're divorced and you feel this sense of loss of affluence. Because this card that is related to the near future is connected to feeling a sense of dejection about something. So, again, I always say, you know, I didn't make this up, but it's a great observation about the 3 cups that are down and the 2 that are remaining up, which shows that the person's turning their back on the good that is coming out of this situation. So, going by my last scenario, if you are divorced or in the process of divorcing someone who is a Libra, or, you know, forget about what sign they are, but they may have been a good provider, and you feel like now you're not going to have that standard of living. You're turning your back on the good parts of this because chances are it was a toxic relationship, and it doesn't matter how much money you have if you're in one of those types of dehumanizing situations. It's just not worth it. So you may be focused too much on one aspect that you know, that sense of loss, but not focusing on what you've gained. You may gain peace of mind in the process. If this is an inheritance issue or even a splitting of the assets in a marriage, you may feel disappointed by something, you know, by the judgment rendered in some way. It may not be exactly what you wanted. And also, it may be a delayed reaction about the loss, the emotional loss, whatever that is. Whether it's, excuse me, a person who you cared for at least at one time, and now either they've passed away or you are in the process of leaving that person or separating, divorcing them. That could be something that now that you have a legal decision, you really have to say goodbye to that relationship. The finality of it becomes really apparent. And if it was, let's say it was a parent or, you know, a close family member, and you feel like, just as in life, in death, there was an unfairness, that can feel very saddening and lead to feelings of grief, because you realize all along there was this sense of injustice within the relationship, that you didn't feel like you were treated like you should have been. What crosses you is the King of Pentacles. This is the challenge position. Now, this could be the person who passed away. So this might have been a father. This person would have been very materialistic. Everything in their life they put a price tag on. So they could have been very tacky about, you know, displays, vulgar displays of wealth. And that was their way of kind of feeling better about themselves. And their influence, their legacy is wrapped up in the Ten of Pentacles. And the thing about it is, in those particular cases, rather than focus on the inequity of it, it's better to focus on how this person lived their life and what kind of consciousness they had. And chances are there's something to pity about this person, that they were limited in their ability to really understand the value of the real value of money. They were too busy trying to use money to feel better about themselves, instead of enriching their lives through experiences and helping others. And so even as they passed, they still continued this toxic legacy, and that's on them. This is nothing to do with you. And so we, you know, and maybe this is an ex who is fighting for everything, and you feel like they're being greedy. And this person is probably very greedy, whoever this person is. And it doesn't really matter, because they have to live with themselves. You don't have to live with them anymore. The advice is the Page of Wands, and this is about engaging in a communication with somebody, or even starting a relationship. There may be somebody around you who is a fire sign individual, or they have a fiery temperament. Your opposite sign is Leo. The other two fire signs are Aries and Sagittarius. This is about communicating with this person. It could be about starting a relationship with somebody that is very passionate, and they are much more full of life, I would say. Maybe it's possible that the person you were with was a Capricorn individual, and that person may have been too much of a stick in the mud for you personally, based on who you are. Or, you know, it could be a Taurus, I guess. Those are the two signs that I was thinking of. But in any case, the outcome is the Magician card, which is a great card when you're starting over. Look at that 8. You just recently had a solar eclipse, Aquarius, so this may all be fallout from the changes of the eclipse, and you're really seeing yourself as somebody who is capable of employing the law of attraction on your behalf. Both of these cards are very positive cards. So they both involve independence. With all wands, it's about somebody who's creative and independent. And definitely we could associate you with independent living. And the Magician also. The Magician, it's more about manifestation. And, you know, if, for instance, if you did not have the kind of expectations money-wise that you were, you were looking forward to getting with some kind of an inheritance issue, or when you're getting divorced, you may feel like this loss of money, but the Page of Wands could be saying starting a business, that you should start a business, and the Magician card as well is about just starting where you are, creating something for yourself and being resourceful in doing so. So you don't whine about, I don't have the money for a loan, a business loan. You just start where you are. You don't even have to have money. You can have a free website. You can have a free, YouTube channel to promote yourself. There's so many free tools out there. And so it's about using free, or whatever you have to do what you want to do. And the Page of Wands is about starting it and being enthusiastic about starting it. So let's pick that additional card from the Energy Oracle card. Hopefully I'll get one that I didn't get before. Interesting. This is number 26, and it says hostilities. Some of the cards, I wonder if that's like the Five of Wands. Sometimes they seem like they're going to be negative, and they're really not. This card shows a man raising his sword in readiness to do battle. When it comes upright, it reveals a situation where hostilities toward you are about to be or have already been engaged. And certainly if you've been dealing with a court case, that would be true. The aggressive energy may be verbal or emotional, with someone in your environment being excessively critical, demanding, or hurtful. In a work or social situation, there may be backstabbing or out-and-out slander going on. This is different from the Deceit card because the hostile energies are more apparent, more overt. In fact, you may have been living with them for some time. But whether this is new or old energy, now is the time to regain control. Allowing dishonoring treatment from others is an open invitation to the universe to send you more. It may feel risky, but you need to have the courage to stand up for yourself now and always. And yeah, this is almost like the Seven of Wands in a way, I feel, combined with the Five of Swords. Yeah, it's actually depicting a sword, and you are swords, but yeah, like something like the Five of Swords. But kind of like some of that advice is like the Seven of Wands. Yeah, so that was kind of what I was saying with the Five of Cups, that you may feel this sense of loss, but you are actually in a good place because you're getting away from some situation. The affirmation here is, I am receiving the peaceful, harmonious treatment I deserve in my life. I set boundaries, make reasonable requests, and make my expectations clear. So I think that that's good. See, these kinds of affirmations are very self-empowering, It's about what you choose to tolerate in life and the boundaries that you set. So I think that that's always very important to stress, because if you've just been released from a toxic marriage, for instance, how long did you put up with negative treatment before you finally called it quits? Or sometimes the other person will be the one to leave the relationship, and they're the most toxic of the two, which is always kind of curious. The person who's actually being the primarily toxic person is the one that leaves the relationship. This is usually when the person is a narcissist, because they can't get their supply from that person anymore. The person is wisening up. So they have to find fresh blood, new blood, and an unsuspecting person. So, and they want to leave the relationship, even though they're the ones that are causing the most problems within the relationship. But why didn't the other person leave is the question. Okay, Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like a private reading, please click the link below. Take care. Bye.